My name is Jacory Benson. My position is running back. I started playing football at the age of 8. I got my first shot to play varsity when I was a freshman. I got moved up when we was playing Broome High School, but I actually didn't start until this year. This is my very first year starting as a senior. Growing up as a kid, I had to see my mama struggle. She pretty much told me at a very young age that if I wasn't able to get a scholarship, I wasn't going to be able to go to college because she couldn't pay for it, with her being a single parent. So she pushed me and my brother to do that, keep our grades up, and to work hard in the classroom and to work hard on the field to get a scholarship. So growing up, that's exactly what I did. So going to high school, I had that in the back of my mind, just to work hard and go out there and pretty much get a scholarship. That's what I did. Growing up as a kid, I always got overlooked because of my size and because of the people that was on my team. Because most of them, I would say, wasn't better than me, but I guess the coaches thought they was better than me. I always gave everything I had, but I guess it never was enough, and just seemed to always just get overlooked. And even going into high school, my coaches got overlooked. As a freshman, I had an 11th grader come down and start over me on JV. It kind of really pushed me to be better, because I didn't want that happening, because I thought that was going to be my year actually starting the JV, but that didn't happen like I planned. But ended up getting my spot back, and actually going into sophomore year, ended up getting a chance to be second string running back, but still thought I was getting overlooked, and just kept on humbling myself, knew my time was coming soon, and sooner or later it came my senior year.
I'm Jacob Benson and I play quarterback. Jacory has affected me on the team by helping me work harder in the weight room, on the field. He's also helped me be a better leader for everybody else on the team. Jacory Benson's helped me off the field by keeping me out of trouble, always doing the right thing, being a better role model around younger people.
My name's Charlie Metcalf. I met Jacory growing up playing football against him, but I really started to get to know him about a year ago, and we've just grown our friendship since about the last year, and it's growing ever since. Well, our story is pretty neat and unique. We grew up playing against each other, like I said, and then we just recently started back hanging out. But I brought him to church around Christmas last year, and he came to church with me and he met Jesus, and I guess that's the biggest way I could say that I played a role, even though that's not me. But he's taught me a lot about how to be humble, hardworking, and just keep persevering even when things don't go your way. Say it's an injury or whatever. He's just a really humble guy and knows how to take adversity, and it's taught me a lot. And I would say that honestly the biggest thing I've taught him is just to appreciate the little things in life and just to give all the glory to the one who gave you your talents. Jacory's became the kind of person I kind of go to with some problems, kind of like a best friend does, but he's more like a brother to me. He just is always there. He's fun, outgoing, big personality, very extroverted, and he just loves Jesus so much, and you can see it with everything he does, and you can see that he has a burden on his heart for other people, and that's what life's all about. It's just a big go-getter type of thing, and go get other people, and he tries to go and get to me. He holds me accountable, and he just makes me a better me.
All right, on behalf of Seneca High School, Principal Cliff Roberts, we welcome you here today to join in this occasion for Jacory. It's a great day to be a Bobcat. Jacory, this is a culmination of a lot of hard work. I know we're all proud of you. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Katz for a moment, let him say a couple things about you, and then we'll roll on, okay?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate your parents. What they meant in your life and the child, or the young man, I should say now, they've raised. And so bless y'all for doing that. Jacory, you're successful already. And I know you're going to be successful the rest of your life. And the reason I know that because I look at this room and how much love and people admiration have for you and your leadership abilities. You are an outstanding football player, but you're even a better man. And to me, that's the most important thing. And I'm proud to say that I was one of your coaches.
start off today by thanking all y'all for coming out here today. It really means a lot. I want to give a shout out to my coach for always yelling at me every day, Coach Caps, Coach Kayla, Coach Qualkenbush, for always believing in me when I didn't believe in myself.
Take time.
I want to thank all my teammates out here, all the people in here that support me by coming to all my games. I want to thank my preacher, Hakeem Ball, for investing in me when I didn't have anything left, always calling out potential in me. Thank my mother for always coming to all my games, even when she was sick and can barely even walk. She was always there. Thank my father for teaching me how to be a man. Thank my little brother for always encouraging me. Thank my stepmother for being the mother of my life. If it's okay, I would like to tell my testimony with you guys a little bit. Everyone always seems to ask me how is my faith so strong, and why can't I believe in a God that I can't see? My answer to them is always, how couldn't you believe in a God that you can't see? Because God took a kid like me and changed my life. He took a kid that had a learning disability that everyone bullied growing up and laughed at, my very friends. Took a kid that got overlooked his whole life. Took a kid that came from a single parent household. Took a kid that almost lost everything. Took a kid that fell in love with everything the world has to offer, like girls, money, fame, and even football. He took a kid that once became depressed and felt like he didn't belong in this world because everything in the world let him down, even football. That kid, a day in that kid's shoes, he would have to go to school every day, get picked on, go to class, try to learn the material, even though he had to work twice as hard, then go to football practice just to get overlooked, then come home to a mother that was sick and that was fighting for her life. Because she has this thing called sickle cell, which can take her life any day. And by just knowing that, it made me very depressed, to the point even where I didn't want to live in this world anymore. But then one day I got invited to this church event called Fuse. That place I didn't feel like going to because I didn't feel like I belonged. But then I decided to go anyway. And for the first time in my life, I heard his voice. Even though when I was in the auditorium getting ready to go in the Fuse, I kept on hearing the voice of the world telling me how broken, how useless I was. And the voice kept on getting louder and louder. But then I heard the voice of Jesus. And he said to me, I'm not done with you just yet. I fell to my knees and I began to cry. And I gave my life to Jesus that day. And after I gave my life to Jesus, he came to me again and said, now it's done, and now it's time. And from that moment on, I knew my purpose in life, and I knew most importantly that I was loved. That day, God gave me joy, and he put a fire in my spirit that is still burning today. And unlike everything in this world can take everything away from you, like football. But one thing this world cannot take away is God's love, his forgiveness, his mercy, and the joy he can put in your soul. So this brings me to my conclusion, and the reason, and I want to tell you guys, this is the reason I want to be choosing this school I'm choosing. Because I went on a visit recently to this school, and I seen a city that was broken, that was dark, and had little hope. That sounds a little like my life, if you ask me, before I met Jesus. So, I will be announcing my school, and I will be a student athlete, but not only a student athlete, I'll be a follower of God. I'll be a disciple of God. Say many questions. But it doesn't end there. Because as I was getting ready this morning, God spoke to me and he told me, very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will go on to do greater things than me. And these things will come to who follow him. Because I'm going to the Father. Pretty much that means God has called us to be a light and to follow the light. And not only follow the light, but share the light. And someone in this room has to be the light. Because sooner or later, I'm not going to be here anymore at Seneca High School, and I'm not going to be in this city. And everyone in this room has potential to be a difference in this world, in this community, and be a light. So when I go to South Carolina State, I'm going to be a light, I'm going to share the gospel, and I will stand firm. And I will do it for you guys, everyone here. And I'm challenging every single one of you here to be a light that this school needs and this world needs. Because we all go through this life knowing or thinking that we can't follow Jesus because it's too hard. But y'all, in my Bible, my Lord tells me that all you have to do, the greatest commandment, all you have to do is love him with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love each other with all your heart, mind, and soul. And that's it. That's all this world needs is love. Because we don't love each other no more. We don't. But now it's time for a change. And I was willing to make a difference and be that change. But it's up to y'all. Because I've done all I can. So it's your turn to make a change.
Hi, my name is Jacory Benson, and I gave birth to Jacory. I believe Corey started playing when he was 7 or 8. He was 7 years old when he started playing. He played for the Seneca Rec Department. Honestly, Jacory was always good. He started running track when he was about 6 years old. For maybe you were 5. He was 5. So he was racing 8-year-olds, and by the time he was 6, he was beating them. So it just translated over to football well. However, he wasn't always a star, although he was really good when he first started playing. They would have the 8-year-olds, or the younger ones, they let them go in for like just one little, like a few plays, and then after that, he'd never get to play after that. He'd always go in and score, and then they'd never give him the chance to play later, and he was always real frustrated with it. He actually didn't want to play anymore after he was 6, but his dad talked him into it. I know that he wants to play football on a collegiate level. He's really involved in church, and I know that he wants to at some point go into the ministry. I think he wants to utilize his athletic abilities. I think it really draws a lot of kids to him. I think he wants to use that I guess as a platform to reach youth for Christ. Oh yeah, absolutely. Corey, I think frequently he wasn't the biggest. He's always been a very great athlete and very, always been really competitive, almost to the point that it was ridiculous. But I think he would sometimes get discouraged because he'd get overlooked. sometimes. So I just always pushed them to, you're not always going to be the biggest, and people aren't always going to recognize you. But if if they're bigger than you, play harder. If they play harder, you play smarter. If they play smarter, you just want it more. But just keep going and do the best you can do. And if people don't believe in you, then don't argue, don't talk. Just get out there and show them. And he's been pretty good at doing that.